Alright, so today we are going to be cleaning out our gardening area. As you can see here, we're growing stuff, but it's not any vegetables. But first I've got to cut all this down. But before I do that, I'm going to harvest some of my turnip green seeds. Since turnip greens are a cooler weather crop, they've already died, so we're going to harvest some seeds from them. All I'm going to do is cut the tops off. You can see your little seed pods here, and all I'll do is just drag it straight out, straight into the bag. And then what I'll do is I'll crunch this bag up, and as you can see, as I crunch up the seed pods, they drop straight to the bottom. This allows me to harvest the seeds, and then I can just pull all this trash out and I'll have just the regular seeds. So I'm gonna get busy. I gotta get all of this cleaned out. Got the little bush whacker over there ready to go. I'll be back when it's done. And up, bam. All right, so we got all that cut down, as you can see here. Now we have to till it. I'll see you when I'm done. All right, welcome back. So finally got the garden tilled. As you can see here, we're done with that. We had to till it twice. It's been 3 days since I made the beginning of this video. Unfortunately, we had some rainfall. I had to replace the belt on the tiller. I got it tilled once that night that I made that first video, and then I just got it done. This is the 3rd day. But my main thing for making this video was to talk about how I'm going to do this garden. So I'm going to use a plastic, and I've used it before, Vevor plastic, and I'm going to talk about the ups and downs of this product. My first year using it, don't get me wrong, as far as keeping weeds out, works amazing, absolutely amazing keeping weeds out. The only issue I had is my garden is kind of at an angle, so it kind of slopes downward this way. The only issue I ran into is when it rained, the water would all run down there, because this is a woven plastic, so it will go through it, but not quickly. So it was all running down there, and yeah, those plants are getting watered. So I ended up having to do a irrigation system. Irrigation system took me a while to complete. So last year I decided not to use it all the way. I did use it in some of my walking paths to keep the weeds back. Worked great for that. But this year I'm going to lay it all down, except for on like the corn and the purple hull peas. I'm going to just, again, I'm going to make walking areas because it's just kind of pointless to cut a whole entire area out, or you can even do it where they overlap. But the stuff I used a couple years ago, that was only 3 foot wide. This is 6.5 foot wide. And basically you'll lay your plastic down overlapping, and I'll use I got some 1 foot anchors that I'll drive in the ground, and then I'll actually burn a hole where I'm going to plant that plant, and I'll go, run my lines. That half of the garden is going to be where the corn and all that goes. I'll show you all that later. I'm not doing this today. My main thing was to get this tilled up because we got rain again coming in. So I wanted to get that done. And I still got to level it out the best I can, and then I'll start laying that plastic. But yeah, it's really easy. Burn your hole with a torch real quick. Doesn't take much heat, and that'll stop it from fraying, because if you just cut it, it's going to fray. I just burn it, and then it'll stop it from fraying. Dig down, put your plant in. And I've got an idea for a little bit faster way to build that irrigation system, because that's what took me so long last time, was that irrigation system. So I'm gonna attempt to put a tank. I think it's a 75-gallon tank that I have, and then I've got a pump for that tank to draw the water out and then feed the garden. So in theory, I shouldn't even have to hook a hose up to it. I should be able to either collect rainwater or fill the tank up, let that water dechlorinate, and then and then it'll water the plants. And I like it this way because then I can put in my put all of my the fertilizers and stuff in there, keep everything looking good and green and fruity. But that's my main thing, is like I said, that's the only really downside that I ran into this, was the issue with the water not penetrating the whole entire garden. But I did like about it is, one, when I pulled the plastic up, I had lots of frogs and lizards, spiders all underneath that plastic, which are good for the garden as far as keeping all your pests out. Like I said, did a grand job keeping out the weeds. Had very few, but it's an option. This stuff is a little pricey. This is a 6.5 foot wide by 330, let me see. So it is 330 foot, yep, and 6.5 foot wide. So I'll basically just run it, cut it, and I'm gonna run it as far as I can down, except for a few crops that I can't do. The corn, I'll probably plant a summer squash that I have that grows along the ground. It's a rather large summer squash. That's why I'm not growing it vertically. Most of my squash, zucchini, I grow vertically. This stuff gets, it's a heck of a vine. It grows very quickly. I think last year I had them, I think I had about 20 foot, 30 foot vines on this thing. I had it going all over the place. They were crazy. And it grows about 2.5, 3 foot fruit. But I'll plant that in between the corn there, and I'll let that grow, and I may even do my beans kind of like the Three Sisters, let my beans grow up the corn, because I usually do a second planting of beans. I'm gonna go ahead and plant my first set like normal because I haven't even planted the corn yet. So the corn's non-existent. I can't really grow it up, and the beans are gonna start growing a little quicker. But we'll do that as far as the second growing. I'll plant them beans in there because I grow a Asian long bean. But my main thing for making this video was I wanted to go over this plastic. Like I said, it is a good idea for most people. Some people don't like it. You can get 3 to 4 years out of it. I think this plastic here, not this one, but the one over here that I'm going to use for the walking path, is going on its, this will be its 3rd year. And it's still good. Now I did pull it up, roll it up, and store it after the first year that I used it, and then I brought it out last year to make these paths. But I just want to talk a little bit about it. It's a good plastic, and I think it'll last many years. It's got actually a plastic on top, but like I said, it's got a liner, a felt liner that allows this to breathe so that you get good airflow underneath. It also helps keep moisture in, which is really nice, because when you do water it, it doesn't just evaporate. Because I know last year we had some really rough summer. We probably went a month without any rain at all, and I still had a pretty good looking garden. Unfortunately, I did lose some tomatoes from sun scalding, but we're gonna take care of that this year. But yeah, I just want to go over some of the pros and cons of this. Like I said, mainly one con and several pros. The main thing is keeping them weeds out, moisture in, and keeping the good critters around so it take care of the pests in the garden. But I just want to make this video for you. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe.